Kick off with J. Kick off with J. Welcome to another episode of Kick off with J.
Hello and welcome. It's Kickoff with Jay again, doing football analysis the way you love it and as we promised. And as you know, we talk about exciting football games. We do preview and review of football games coming up, and also we do interviews after matches. As you always know, I don't do this alone. I do it with exciting football fans. And please do like and subscribe our videos before we proceed, and it will help the growth of our channel. Mohammed, welcome to the show again as always, and it's nice to talk about football, and it's the football fiesta.
Yeah, the
right?
Football fiesta. This is the business end of the season. This is where teams will look to wrap on what they have started. The Premier League, for example, we have the Man City and the Arsenal, the top two teams. We have the teams contesting for the Champions League. We have Chelsea on a league of their own. And we have the bottom teams, the teams fighting for relegation. So it promises to go down to the wire. So I think it's interesting.
Down to the wire. Premier League football never stops the excitement. And when it comes to the top of the table affair right there, you could see how competitive it gets, just like how we've seen over the past few seasons. Now it's between Man City or Arsenal. Who will pick it up, who will drop points, are big questions for many fixtures to come. I think 9 or 10 fixtures to come, and I hope one of them are able to get the answers and pick up the Premier League. Right there, a lot of teams played during the weekend. I caught up with the Wrexham Nottingham County game, 3-2 game right there, exciting one for the Wrexham side, the National League side also. So some of the weekend games you catch up with. How did they go?
Yeah. I think the standout game in the weekend was the game against at Anfield.
Yes.
Where I personally felt Liverpool failed, because Liverpool should have won that game, because it is Anfield and based on the record they have there. But it's still a test of the strength that the Arsenal team have. And I think in the first half, Arsenal put up a very good fight. And just maybe Liverpool could have blown them away. Maybe. But I think it was a very interesting game for the neutrals as well.
Anfield being the 12th man for Liverpool again, it's exciting. It's very crazy. For over almost 10 seasons, Arsenal here to pick 3 points right there at Anfield. It shows how intimidating a place Anfield has been for many teams who find it very hard to come dominate and pick up victories. But leaving the Premier League drama, now we have the Wednesdays and Tuesday game, which is the UEFA Champions League. Not every team gets to play in such big competition, and we'll be seeing some heavyweights face off, since we are at the more competitive side of the competition, in which the quarterfinals will be holding. So let's quickly move on and check some of those games. Okay, going to Wednesday, that one will be another spicy encounter right there. An Italian side meeting each other, and also a side that have always met each other for the last 3 seasons right now, or the last 2 seasons, Real Madrid, Chelsea again. And to give you one essential fact, anybody that gets to win that game in the last 2 seasons will go on to lift the Champions League trophy. So how do you think this one will?
Are you saying this is Real Madrid's Champions League title to lose?
I can say it's Chelsea's title to lose, because they have one apiece. I think Chelsea have progressed against them one time, they've won it, and Real Madrid has also progressed against them.
Well, when you look at the context of this game, I think what has happened then doesn't really matter.
Yes.
And what is happening now is what matters. I watched part of the game between Chelsea and Wolves, and there was no motivation at all from Chelsea to play. Sometimes football games are won not based on tactics, based on every single duel you win, every tackle you make. Those are the things that win.
Commitment.
Yes, those are the things that win you football games. And before when Lampard was brought in, you made a statement and said Lampard is going to come in and bring the morale levels in that Chelsea team. But what I saw against Wolves was very embarrassing. The body language and all of that. And we know Frank Lampard is a manager who sets his team
to go fully on attack.
To always attack. So we would like to see if he can set up a good defensive structure to stop Real Madrid, because Real Madrid are always going to score.
At Chelsea, that they've not been convincing at all this season, or let's say they've had a really bad season. And though most of these performances in the Premier League have not really translated to how they play in the Champions League. But it will only take time before you start seeing glimpses or even total look of how they play in the Premier League right there in the Champions League. Also, do you think they might be sent home drastically by Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu, given their away form has been poor this season and given how ruthless the front line of the Benzema, Vinicius and Rodrigo attack is for Real Madrid right now?
Well, I think another thing you have to worry for Chelsea is how they fare away from home, and even sometimes at home they have not been convincing. We saw Chelsea away at Dortmund, and I don't think it was impressive. Modric played as a 9 in that game, right? Also,
no, he played as a left
winger. But I don't think we saw them at the Signal Iduna Park. Only if Dortmund were more clinical, it would have been more difficult for Chelsea to overturn it. But this is the Champions League. There are a lot of surprises, but I just want to feel that there will be no surprise, and it will require a miracle from Chelsea to progress to the next round.
I totally agree with you, given the form they've been in the Premier League, and also they've not really met really competitive side. This is where the Champions League now tests your title credentials, if you are worthy of being of winning the Champions League. But we'll see how that one pans out for Chelsea. For me, I really see Real Madrid winning this one at the Santiago Bernabeu, and maybe the Stamford Bridge. They will just go there and wrap things up, just like the way it happened against
another key thing to just like what you said, we saw Real Madrid came to Anfield and dismantled Liverpool. So I think no matter what, this is the Champions League and this is Real Madrid's playing ground.
Yeah, this is Real Madrid playing ground. That's why we quickly go to Napoli. AC Milan, the top game there, exciting one also, given that both teams are Italian teams.
And recently, AC Milan beat Napoli by 4-0. I think Napoli are sweating on the fitness of Victor Osimhen, so it will be very interesting to see how that one pans out. But the psychological effects, I think the 4-0 win from Milan gives them a 5-0. 5-0?
Yes.
Gives them a bit of that feeling that they can always go on and nick one over Napoli again.
But I struggle to see how. But let's see, given the history AC Milan has, and we know this Champions League has always favored teams with a lot of with rich histories. In depth, Napoli, their first quarterfinals, and also losing to AC Milan right there in the league puts them on the back of a little bit of reality and saying, okay, there might not be walkovers and we might have to work our feet out before we get 3 points against the side. But for me, who do you see winning the first leg?
The first leg?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much to say, but I feel it's the game will be decided in the second leg. The first leg is more like for the two teams to test themselves, test the strength and the weakness of the position, and this is the Champions League. I do not expect any fixture to be decided in the first leg. So I think the second leg will be very key.
Very key. But for me, I think Napoli has almost every weapon to nick a win against AC Milan. Even looking at the squad depth and quality, I think it's a little bit far from both sides, but we cannot take anything. It's the Champions League, a new feeling, a new competition, and different histories in those competitions. Like you said, there is no Victor Osimhen, but we'll see how Spalletti's side get to approach this game going forward. I will see if the likes of Liao and Olivier Giroud, who have done it in different clubs, look to come out against Napoli. Exciting games to watch, exciting games we will come back to talk about, and we hope credible teams are able to, and we hope to see fantastic football, specifically in the Champions League. It's the later stages of the competition, quarterfinals, the knockout games. This is what we love. And Mohammed, what do you feel about the upcoming games before we round up things?
I think all we want to see is entertaining football, and that is what the Champions League is all about. And I think with the fixtures that we have, it promises to give us what we crave for.
Yes, what we really crave for is entertaining football. We'll be back here to talk about those games, and please do like and subscribe the videos. Very much important. Goodbye.